Strong men don't cry. What? Let me say something that might make some people uncomfortable. If you think a man who cries is weak, then you don't understand strength. We've told men for generations that they should man up, stop crying, be strong, don't be soft. But what if we get it completely wrong? What if the strongest man in the room is the one who isn't afraid to feel? Today, we're talking about men's mental well being and why crying doesn't make a man weak. It just makes him human. So I'll break this down into smaller sections. So number one on my list is the lie we've been selling men for many generations. So from a young age, boys are conditioned. If girls cries, we comfort them. Boys cry, we correct them. We don't just silence boys, we train them to disconnect from themselves. And here's the problem, okay? When you teach someone to suppress their emotions, you don't make them stronger, you make them numb. And numbness is not strength, that is survival mode. Many men grew up believing anger is acceptable, stress is acceptable, silence is acceptable, but sadness, fear, and vulnerability, that's weakness. And that is so far from the truth because that belief is costing lives. For example, men are statistically less likely to open up to friends and more likely to bottle things up until they explode or collapse internally. And we don't need tougher men. We need emotionally safe men. Number two is crying is not weakness, it is regulation. Okay? So let's get something straight. Crying is a biological stress release. It regulates the nervous system. It lowers stress hormones. It's not dramatic. It's not soft. It's not feminine. It's human. And a man who can cry is in touch with himself, has emotional awareness. He isn't afraid of being seen and isn't performing masculinity. And let me say something out bold, okay? A man who feels deeply and still stands tall, that for me is power because it's easy to dominate, it's easy to shut down, it's easy to hide. It takes courage to be emotionally available. So number three on my list is relationship, and that is everything. Let's talk about love. If a man cries in front of you, he's not losing power. He is trusting you, and that is intimacy. That is connection. That is someone saying, I feel safe. I feel safe enough with you to take off the armor. And what's more masculine than that? I believe emotional safety in relationship creates deeper bonds, better communication, healthier conflict resolution, and long-term intimacy. A man who can say, that hurt me, I'm overwhelmed, or I'm scared is not weak. I would say he is emotionally mature, and emotional maturity is very rare to come across these days. And number four is the real definition of strength, okay? In my own opinion, of course. Strength is not emotional suppression. Strength is sitting with uncomfortable feelings, not projecting pain as anger, taking responsibility for your emotional world, and breaking generational cycles. Strong men cry. Strong men do go to therapy. They apologize. Strong men talk. And strong men protect, not with violence, but with their presence. And here's the truth. The world doesn't need emotionally constipated men pretending to be invincible. We need regulated, self-aware, grounded men who knows that vulnerability is not weakness, and that for me is leadership. Number five on my list is not putting yourself in a box. And one of the smallest, most suffocating boxes we've created is the real man box, okay? You don't have to be cold to be respected. You don't have to be silent to be strong. And you sure enough don't have to be emotionless to be masculine. And you can be powerful and soft, confident and vulnerable, protective and emotionally expressive. And crying doesn't make you less of a man, it makes you free. So, to every man watching this, you are not weak for feeling, you are not soft for crying, and you are not broken for struggling. You are human. And the strongest thing you will ever do is allowing yourself to be fully that. And if this message resonates with you, please share it and start conversations. Let's change the narrative together. And just letting you know that because strong men do cry, and that's something to be proud of.